Right then, it's time to have a look at probably one of the world's most famous melodies, I suppose. Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Okay, now the great thing is, you probably all heard the melody. You just need to make sure that you're playing the rhythms that are in this version, so don't get confused. There's not too much we can really go over with this one because you just got to learn it. There's no chords to discuss. It's just all melody. My suggestion would probably to play this using alternating index and middle fingers. You may still be struggling with that. You may be putting your hand under here and doing everything with the thumb. To be honest, I don't really suggest that. If you can start practicing either by yourself or if you have a teacher doing it with them, to use the index and middle. That would be better. Now, what we can do with the ukulele, especially if you've got one that you can plug in, like this is my son's one. He just did his debut grade, actually. Well, it depends when you're watching this. He might have done grade A by now. Who knows? Okay, so when you're playing with a plugged-in instrument, the other strings will naturally vibrate, okay, when you play certain notes. So the reason I would suggest doing it with alternating middle and index is then your thumb is free and you can also bring the hand on as if you were playing electric guitar to mute those other strings, okay? So when I'm playing here, I might even do rest stroke to get a nice melody, or I can do free stroke. But my thumb, a lot of the time, I'm actually either resting on the string below or I'll just use it to kind of rock back and forth to stop other notes from sounding or ringing if I can hear them, okay? So with this melody, I'd be doing first finger, fourth finger, and then 3, and then 4, and then back to 1, and then 7, and then 8. So I'm kind of suggesting that I'm in 5th position. Now, when we talk about being in a position on ukulele or bass or guitar or whatever those stringed instruments are that you want to pick up and play, that sounded weird, didn't it? 5th position means that you are playing with first finger on 5th fret, second finger on 6, third finger on 7th, and little finger, fourth finger on the 8th. Now, if I was in first position, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Second is 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. So that will really help you to get those positions right. When you do this part here, come down, use middle finger here, or third finger. You could use third finger, 1, 2, 3, or you could use first finger. Either way, when you're going to drop down to the 4th line to get that low D, and then you're coming up to get the B, it's kind of like an F shape, you see, but you're going here, so you're going to use 2 and 1. The other rhythms, just watch out for any rests. There's quite a few. The ones that will catch you out are mainly in section B. You'll see when you watch me do the playthrough, you'll notice that I bring the finger back on the string, okay, to stop it from sounding. So if I just quickly play section B, okay, you got this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And then, did you hear that? I stopped it. I didn't go. It's coffee. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I stop. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. And those rhythms kind of continue. I mean, we could write them out quickly just to quickly show you. Let me see. Okay, if we turn it this way around, just rub out some of this stuff from the previous video. Just to talk about that dotted and tied rhythm that we get a lot throughout the song. So let's just have a look. You'll often have, you're in 4/4, you'll often have a dotted quarter note, dotted crotchet, followed by an 8th note quaver tied to a crotchet, then another crotchet. Sometimes these two here will be replaced with a minim. Okay, just make sure that your dotted note lasts 4 3 quavers, and you play this on the and of 2. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you would play on the 1, the and of 2, and the 4. Ba, ba, ba. Again, you could count that as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, if you wanted to count 8th notes, which we've done in some of the others. So, key points. Make your melody nice and clear. Make sure it's loud enough so that you can hear it clearly. Especially if you're doing a video exam, okay, make sure that the examiner can hear it. So you may want to practice doing rest stroke or free stroke, whichever one works, but definitely start practicing doing alternating. Watch out for rests. Make sure you acknowledge them. Be very careful of the rhythms because some of them are a little bit complicated. Best way to practice this one then is to go through, make sure you can technically play it, and then play along to the full mix so you can hear the original parts. Once you've got that, really, I think you'll have it. I would definitely suggest, even if you're not doing a performance grade being 5 pieces, okay, and none of the technical stuff or ear tests or anything. If you're doing a video exam, that's often what a lot of people choose. If you're doing a standard grade face-to-face and you're doing 3 pieces, I would definitely make one of them a melody piece. Okay, so 2 chord or 1 melody. You're trying to show your examiner, or even if it's not an examiner, maybe you're doing a performance, you're trying to show your audience that you can play different types of stuff, not just chords. You want to be able to do melodies. So even if you're doing a performance exam, I definitely suggest that you practice all the technical exercises, scales and whatnot, because it will help you. Anyway, enough of me waffling on. Let's do the playthrough.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.